S&P 500 toying with 6K, a little bit of a slip from the highs of the day. Phil Strebel joins us for a look at the market into the close. Chief market strategist at Blue Line Futures. Phil, you made it through the week in one piece. Good to see you.
Yeah, man. And I look forward to that Gamma On show. That looked pretty interesting there.
Appreciate
Options. Yeah, options is where, a lot of people are at. A lot of people gravitate. A lot of small retail traders, that's where they go. And, I think you can spill over into some of the futures options. KG, he didn't mention, we do have CPI next week. We do have Jerome Powell. He will be speaking at 2 Central on Thursday. Then you get the retail sales, and you do have industrial production. So there are a number of things on there that can move these markets around. And we do expect the CPI to start to show a little bit elevated levels here, so inflation can come back in and play a bit of a role.
The bond market move this week, one of the swings that almost got undone, but not quite. We still got the higher lows in yield, but it seems like bond bulls put up a decent fight this week.
Oh, they did. I mean, we were really playing the upside on the treasuries, but we had to exit and reposition a lot of things, coming into the election and things like that. You really want to pare down your position sizing and volatility adjust it. And of course, being a precious metals guy, it was a really difficult hangover there for the presidential election. And a lot of the clients we spoke to, they were satisfied with the result of the election. However, positioning wise, when you see green energy go out the window, that really kind of kills that solar, that copper demand, all the tariff talk, everything else. It really flushed it down. And then you get the anticipation of the Chinese stimulus. You get those things, assets all reflating up. And then here we got to be up since 3 o'clock in the morning to digest and filter through the data. And here we are back down at those lower levels.
I guess the biggest disappointment of the week came from the metals. Gold, silver taking a break, copper taking a hit. To your point, maybe some China concerns, but I don't know. I guess if you're on the precious side of the metals, it just looks like a rare dip.
Yeah, well, gold futures and silver, they have seen a series of higher lows, and copper futures have just widened out quite a bit on their volatility. I mean, you don't refer to the guy as President Trump, it's President Pump, so this guy's going to try and really get growth going. That's going to spur up some inflation, things like that. You could get the tariff things that are building up that inflation as well. So you're going to see some of these hard assets, they should start to rise again. You might see gold just kind of trail a bit on it. The gold silver ratio could come down, but again, growth and inflation up, that's going to equal yields in $1 higher.
President Pump, that's pretty funny. I guess that means we should talk about the coins. Phil, what do you think about the pump there?
Wait till one pushback on regulation and that thing gaps down like 10,000 bucks in a day. So, everyone seems to be chasing it at the moment here. And I do, love that they have a micro Bitcoin futures and also the Ethereum and things like that.
Right, it's a little easier to handle.
Yeah, it would be nice to see some kind of consolidation and setback. Maybe that's what's happening right now. We've consolidated the last couple of days. I do think the path of least resistance, though, is back at, is a new uncharted territory, like the 100,000 level. If you do see any kind of hesitation for any kind of, different things to pass to allow banks to take custody of it and more of that discussion, you're going to see a new price band where I think the 75,000 breakout is going to be the new floor.
Okay, so that's the new floor, Phil. What then do you look for in terms of like potential upside? Are you ready to throw out big numbers like some are? I mean, it seems like a lot of money's found its way into Microstrategy already. Like, is that taking any of the flows away from Bitcoin itself?
I don't even know. I mean, that thing has gotten so big, and it's just so unbelievable the success that Michael Saylor's had with that. Because when it was a bear market, which we won't probably see that well until like 2025 when something like that starts, where we see growth and inflation both just declining, and we go in this deflationary environment. That's where Bitcoin really starts to struggle there, but. That's not forecasted out for a long time, and it's really just on a lot of forecasted models, so it might not even happen. But yeah, it's been an incredible ride for that guy, and I'm really happy for his net worth and everything.
Is there a reason to dabble in the non-Bitcoin coins, like the chart for Bitcoin versus Ethereum, right? Like night and day.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that we've seen periods where even right now you're seeing Bitcoin is negative on the futures contract where Ethereum is up. I think there is some rotation going on between the two because people believe that, hey, you throw out Bitcoin and you start looking at what could be the forward return. Okay, up to $100,000. So you're going to get that type of return back. But if you look at something like Ethereum, you could get, if you start modeling out something where it's like $10,000, well, that's going to be a 4x on your money. So that's where I think people will gravitate to.
Okay. Next week around inflation, what do you think's the trade?
I think hope is not a strategy that these metals start to rise back up. I think you're still a dip buyer on anything as far as U.S. equities, cryptocurrencies. Energy prices are probably coming off a bit. Domestic production is going to increase. Geopolitical tension seems to be dying down at the moment. So, we'll just have to see how a lot of these things play out.
All right. Like the eyes on all the cross assets, always a good and nice mixed bag of content. Thanks, Phil, for keeping us honest on everything. Appreciate it.
You have a great weekend.
All right. Thought you were going to have an S&P 6 hat, be honest with you.
I don't have one yet. Gotta get one.
All right. Have a great weekend.
Good idea.
Yeah, Phil Strebel, Chief Market Strategist of Blue Line Futures. All right, coming up, got the Schwab.